Hi Class 5. Today what we are going to do is do a little check for commas. Now I know in Year 5 that we are excellent at using commas, but we need to know when to use them every single time because we need commas for a few different things. Now can you remember which different things that you need a comma for? I'll give you a second, press pause, have a think and see if you can remember when we use a comma. Okay, so now you've come back, you've had a bit of time to think. We use commas after a fronted adverbial. We use a comma in lists. We use a comma when we have a clause in a sentence. So if we have a clause, a piece of extra information that's being put in to a sentence, we need a comma at each end. So that's a third one. I'll give you a clue. There is one relative clause in this writing. And the other time we need a comma is before we use the word, after we use the word said, okay? Or a synonym for said. So it could be shouted, whispered. That might be a clue for you. It could be screeched, commanded, demanded. Any words that we use instead of said, we need a comma after it if that said comes before the speech marks or the quotation marks, okay? So those are 4 reasons as to why we need a comma and are also the reasons we need commas in this piece of writing. If you're feeling very brave, then you can just read this by yourself and add the commas in, and I'll give you a little clue. There are 7 commas that you need to add in. If you would like me to read it out for you, then just keep playing the video because I'm going to start reading it. Okay, so if you're feeling brave, press pause, read it yourself. If you want to use my voice as a guide, then keep listening. Feeling excited and breathing heavily, the man who was holding a poaching net was almost at the top of the tree. The man, the tree, and his prey were all in grave danger. As he was creeping closer, he started to whisper, "You're mine now." Finally, Mr. Salmon reached out and grabbed his ball. So that was the paragraph read out. What I'm going to do is go through the commas that are missing. Remember, there are 7 commas missing. So if you've got less than 7 or you've got more than 7, have another check through to see if you can get the right amount of commas. So I'm going to go through the commas now. Feeling excited and breathing heavily. We know that is a fronted adverbial, so that needs a comma. Feeling excited and breathing heavily, the man who was holding a poaching net was almost at the top of the tree. So this bit, who was holding a poaching net, that is a relative clause because the who part is relative to the man. It's him who's holding the poaching net. And since this is a relative clause, we need a comma before and after it. So feeling excited and breathing heavily, the man who was holding a poaching net was almost at the top of the tree. The man, the tree, and his prey were all in grave danger. So that's a list. We've got the man, the tree, and his prey. As he was creeping closer, again, another fronted adverbial. As he was creeping closer, he started to whisper, "You're mine now." So this is a synonym or a different word that we use for said. And because this comes before our speech, our quotation, we need a comma there. Okay? As he was creeping closer, he started to whisper, "You're mine now." Finally, Mr. Salmon reached out and grabbed his ball. So this again is another fronted adverbial. Finally, Mr. Salmon reached out and grabbed his ball. Now, well done if you got all 7 of those commas. What I would like you to do now is think about a new ending for this paragraph. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover up this bottom bit here. Okay? So I'm going to read this paragraph out again without the bit on the bottom, and I'd just like you to use your imagination, which I know you've got absolutely loads of, and just see what you can come up with. Feeling excited and breathing heavily, the man, who was holding the poaching net, was almost at the top of the tree. The man, the tree, and his prey were all in grave danger. As he was creeping closer, he started to whisper, "You're mine now." So this could be a man, it could be a woman, a boy, a girl, could even be a monster, some sort of mysterious creature. Whoever or whatever you want, you can use as this person. Okay, so well done for getting the commas in the first place. Have a go at creating your own ending for this paragraph, and again, try and be as creative as you can. Okay, well done, and I'll see you next time. Bye.